It's a chainsaw, man. What seems like a ridiculous idea on the surface becomes one of the deepest manga and anime you'll ever consume about a boy trying to find meaning in life. Yes, it's Chainsaw Man. From the creator, Tatsuki Fujimoto's thought process when creating the manga, to some interesting behind the scenes about the anime adaptation, we'll be covering it all with 107 facts about Chainsaw Man. And we're definitely not going to forget the Reze Arc film. Let's go! Number 1. When creating Chainsaw Man, Tatsuki Fujimoto, the mangaka behind Chainsaw Man, made it a point to make Chainsaw Man in his signature style, despite being serialized in Jump. He always wanted to be serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump, but felt that if he made his manga too Jump-like, it would get buried amongst the other Jump titles in serialization. That's why the only thing he made Jump-like was the structure and the characters. Everything else was his. Number 2. Fujimoto mentioned that the idea for the Chainsaw Man character came to him when he was still drawing his first manga, Fire Punch. It was of this image of a man with a chainsaw sticking out of his head. Number 3. Denji was originally going to be named Tenshi. The basic premise for Chainsaw Man is that there's a character that fights devils, so Fujimoto naturally thought to name his character Tenshi, which means angel in Japanese. However, Fujimoto wanted a name that sounded harsher or stronger, and in Japanese, to achieve that, you would add something called voiced consonants, like changing T to D and SH to J, making a word feel stronger and more intense. So he changed Tenshi to Denji. I know it's a little technical, I'm trying to make it understandable here. Number 4. Fujimoto stated that he was inspired by the Tobe Hooper 1974 film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I almost said The Texas Chainsaw Man. So, what? Just out of curiosity, if there was a The Texas Chainsaw Man, what would the main character's name be? It's definitely not Denji. What is like a Texan name? Anyway, moving on. Number 5. Despite what fans assumed from the early chapter hints that connect to the ending, Fujimoto didn't plan everything from the start. Like many mangaka, he had certain ideas in mind early on, while other details were decided as the story progressed. He didn't intend for every clue or odd detail to pay off, and he deliberately left some elements vague to make developing a second part of the manga easier. For those that are anime only, there is a part 2. What we're currently seeing and watching in the adaptations is just part 1. There's literally another part to the story. But that's for another day. That's like 5 years for y'all. Number 6. What I just said didn't mean that he had no idea what he was doing though. Fujimoto did actually know what he wanted for a finale from the very beginning, and he had ideas about other developments as well, but decided against sticking to everything that was in his head because he believed that the reader would easily see right through it, and believed that readers want dramatic turn of events, to be driven into a corner and to feel like they're following something live. Never let them know your next move, basically. Number 7. After years, Chainsaw Man was finally going to get an anime adaptation. In December of 2020, shortly after the final chapter of the Public Safety Saga, it was officially announced that the series would be adapted into an anime by MAPPA. You know, Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuri on Ice, for those Zombieland Saga. Number 8. The first trailer for the anime was unveiled during MAPPA Stage 2021, which also marked the event's 10th anniversary. Number 9. When the anime series was officially announced, Fujimoto commented, "Chainsaw Man is like a copycat of Dorohedoro and Jujutsu Kaisen, and the studio of Dorohedoro and Jujutsu Kaisen will produce its anime? I have nothing to say, please do it." He seemed very excited. Also, I apologize for the pronunciation of Dorohedoro. I actually didn't watch it yet. I know it's by MAPPA, and it's the 3D CG anime, but it's one of those where, you know, you read the manga, and you don't know how to pronounce it. Number 10. While the anime was being developed, Fujimoto mentioned that he was comfortable leaving much of the work to the studio. However, according to the manga's editor, Shihei Lin, Fujimoto was actually heavily involved in the production, stating, "Fujimoto-san has seen all of the Chainsaw Man's pitch documents, story structure, scripts, and even the storyboards. He has continued to be in close contact with MAPPA's entire anime team." Number 11. MAPPA producer Makoto Kimura also stated that Fujimoto's involvement extended to the casting, planning, and music, as the staff wanted the adaptation to stay faithful to the manga's tone, including its violence and gore. Notably, MAPPA themselves approached Shueisha to pitch the project. Number 12. Chainsaw Man brought together an all-star production team. Screenwriter Hiroshi Seko, who did Mob Psycho 100 and Jujutsu Kaisen, joined the team with character designs by Kazutaka Sugiyama, who worked on Mushoku Tensei, music by Kensuke Ushio, who did A Silent Voice and Devilman Crybaby, and key staff from other big titles such as Vinland Saga, Black Clover, and SSSS Gridman, all held together by director Ryu Nakayama. Chainsaw Man was actually Nakayama's first time directing a full series, which we'll get to later. Number 13. As for the voice cast, Kikunosuke Toya voices our main character Denji. This is actually Toya's very first major role in an anime and has since voiced several different characters between then and the Reze Arc movie, such as Donnie in Four Knights of the Apocalypse, Fubuki in Elusive Samurai, Yu Natsume in Can a Boy-Girl Friendship Survive, and Shohei Usami in The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Number 14. Joining Toya as his chainsaw buddy is Shiori Izawa as Pochita. In the past, Izawa's voiced characters such as Saya Sasamiya in The Asterix War, Nanachi in Made in Abyss, E.M. Pino in Eden Zero, and Sakura in Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Number 15. Tomori Kusunoki voices the mysterious Makima. Outside of Chainsaw Man, Kusunoki played Shizuka Mikazuki in Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, and Len in Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Number 16. Shogo Sakata brings Aki Hayakawa to life. His other roles include Leviathan in My Hero Academia World's Heroes Mission, Takuya Yanagida in MF Ghost, and in Fire Force as Karin Sasaki. Number 17. Fairuza Ai voices the chaotic and canonically stinky Power. She's best known for playing Hibiki Sakura in How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Jolene Kujo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, and Atsu in the video game Ghost of Yote, which we covered on the leaderboard. Number 18. Maria Issei voices Himeno, and her notable performances include Stalking in Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, Killua Zoldyck in Hunter x Hunter, and Rei in The Promised Neverland. Number 19. The music was composed by Kensuke Ushio, whose acclaimed work includes the soundtracks for Devilman Crybaby, Japan Sinks 2020, A Silent Voice, Don Da Don, Heavenly Delusion, and way more. Now, I'm personally a big fan of Kensuke Ushio, so I'm glad that he was able to compose Chainsaw Man and the Reze Arc film, because their style is pretty unique and recognizable. It features electronic elements mixed in with normal instrumentation, and there's a lot of layering going on, but his sound has become one of my favorites, especially Lit and the firework track from Silent Voice. Those hit straight into the heart, and I'm literally thinking about In the Pool, the track he made for the Reze film, and man, I'm like, ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. Anyway, I'll move on. Number 20. The opening theme, Kickback, is performed by Kenshi Yonezu, who is behind major anime hits like Peace Sign from My Hero Academia and Paprika, the theme of the NHK 2020 Olympics campaign. Number 21. The opening sequence for the Chainsaw Man TV series was directed by Shingo Yamashita, an animator known for some of anime's most iconic openings, including sequences for Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen. His direction for Chainsaw Man is packed with cinematic homages featuring shot-for-shot references to classic films that mirror Fujimoto's own love of movies, and which we'll talk about now. Number 22. The intro sequence opens with a direct reference to Dante's Divine Comedy, where Denji pulls his starter chord in front of an illustration of Alicino. Alicino is one of the Malebranche demons in the Divine Comedy, tasked with tormenting corrupt souls. Number 23. The opening then shifts to a scene of the devil hunters walking down the middle of a street. Their outfits and the way the sequence cuts between each character are reminiscent of a scene in Reservoir Dogs, where each member of the heist crew is introduced. Number 24. The next shot draws inspiration from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, showing Denji holding Pochita instead of a rotting corpse like in the original film. As mentioned earlier, Fujimoto was influenced by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so what better way to honor that inspiration than through a direct visual reference? Number 25. The next visual homage is to Pulp Fiction's closing scene. Instead of Jules Winfield, played by the iconic Samuel L. Jackson, Kishibe is the one taking aim. Number 26. This shot of Chainsaw Man and Katana Man clashing mid-air references Sadako and Kayako. These two characters come from The Ring and The Grudge respectively, and in 2016, both horror icons crossed over in the Japanese film directed by Koji Shiraishi. Number 27. The shot of Galgali removing his shoes is pulled from No Country for Old Men, where Javier Bardem plays a hitman in the Coen brothers film. Number 28. The car scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood appears as well. This shot makes it the third film directed by Quentin Tarantino to be referenced. Number 29. Kobeni kneeling on top of an office desk is a nod to the 1978 film Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Number 30. The shot of Denji covering his face is a reference to Don't Look Up, and no, I'm not talking about the 2021 film, but the 1996 Japanese horror film directed by Hideo Nakata. Number 31. The previous shot seems to be reacting to Angel sitting on a staircase, which itself is another reference, this time from the film Jacob's Ladder from 1990, directed by Adrian Lyne. Number 32. Aki and Himeno's little moment shot in front of a city backdrop mirrors a similar scene found in the 2005 superhero horror flick Constantine, directed by Franchise Lawrence. Number 33. My personal favorite reference, because I'm a bowler, is the shot of Denji cleaning his bowling ball with his bowling ball seesaw bag, which is a direct reference to The Big Lebowski. Number 34. In the scene where Denji, Power, and Aki are fighting the Leech Devil, Denji's knocked into several buildings. If you look closely, the holes he creates spells out the letters CSM, short for Chainsaw Man. Number 35. During part of that fight sequence in the opening, Power smacks a golden ball that rolls down the street, resembling the detonated statue scene in Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. Number 36. The shot of Power walking away from an explosion, a play on the cool guys don't look at explosions trope, references Fujimoto's own work, the one-shot Goodbye Eri. Funny enough, I think it might be one of his favorite shots because he also uses it in the first chapter of Chainsaw Man Part 2 where Asa walks away from a similar explosion, and I feel like he uses the explosion somewhere else, I just can't remember. I've seen it before though. Number 37. Chainsaw Man features a unique ending theme song for each episode. According to director Ryu Nakayama, he wanted each episode to have an ending that reflected the episode, which Mappa liked. Number 38. The first ending theme, Chainsaw Blood, was performed by Vondi, one of Japan's most popular artists. You've probably heard Vondi perform Hadaka no Yusha, the opening for Ranking of Kings, or Todome no Ichigeki, one of the ending themes for Spy Family. I love the Spy Family ending, by the way. It's like one of my most listened to of that particular year on Spotify. Number 39. The only ending in the anime thus far to not have an animated ending credit sequence is Chainsaw Blood, which plays at the end of episode 1 over a white on black text credit scroll. Instead, Mappa released a special ending video on their YouTube channel compiling footage from the first episode. Number 40. In episode 2, Denji and Aki visit a house to take care of a fiend hiding inside. The car parked in the driveway was changed in the anime to better match the late 90s and early 2000s setting of Chainsaw Man, whereas the manga originally depicted a more modern looking model. Number 41. An entire scene from the manga was actually removed from the anime. After Makima rescues Denji, they stop by a convenience store to get food. A father then rushes in begging for help because his daughter had been kidnapped by a devil, who Denji later saves from the Muscle Devil. This entire sequence is absent from episode 2. Number 42. There's also a minor adjustment to Denji's Union Job and Paid Days Off song. In the manga, Denji sings actual lyrics, however little they may be, while the anime version removes the words entirely. Number 43. Episode 2's ending features Zanki by Zutomayo. They've also performed songs like Study Me for the Chainsaw Man Cafe collaboration event, and Ham for the Tatami Time Machine Blues. Number 44. The girl originally saved in the convenience store sequence does appear in the anime. She and her father are shown in episode 2, and instead of being rescued from the Muscle Devil, Denji ends up saving them during his fight with the Bat Devil. Number 45. The third ending, Hawatari Nioki Senti, comes from Maximum the Hormone, famous for their heavy metal and punk fusion sound. They're probably best known for What's Up People and Zetsubo Billy from Death Note. Number 46. Even though the Muscle Devil's original scene was cut from the adaptation, the Muscle Devil does still make a cameo appearance in the anime's third ending animation. Number 47. Regarding their involvement with the anime, Maximum the Hormone actually commented saying that the pace at which I write songs for the band is unusually slow, but I would gladly write songs for my favorite anime at high speed, like a dog in heat shaking its hips. It's always been my dream to have a song in a Chainsaw Man anime, just like Denji's dream of rubbing breasts. If there's a sequel, please use Hormone's music. Well, good news is we'll get back to that later. But man, that's a vivid illustration he's painted in my head. Great. Number 48. The anime features 2 original scenes in episode 4 to give Aki more screen time. The first shows Aki reporting to Makima about Denji and Power, while the next is a montage of Aki doing chores around the house before Denji wakes up. Number 49. The battle against the Leech Devil is also extended in the anime, which adds more action and interaction between Denji, Power, and Aki, which is a pleasant change of pace considering how fast the manga goes. So it's interesting to see more scenes added to add more, interactions between our main characters. Number 50. Episode 4's ending theme is Josei, performed by Tobo, an artist formerly known as John. Tobo has been featured in series like The Dangers in My Heart with the opening theme, Shayo. Number 51. Tobo shared that the personality behind his former stage name, John, was created just 4 months after Chainsaw Man began serialization, and that Fujimoto's work, particularly Denji's carefree attitude and the explosive scene from Goodbye Eri, influenced his own creativity. He also expressed how honored he felt to contribute an ending theme to the series. Number 52. The 5th ending theme, In the Back Room, was created by Shudo, a Vocaloid producer turned solo artist. He's also known for writing Otto's viral hit, Usewa, and for performing Bitter from Blue Lock. Number 53. Shudo stated that he started making music because he wanted to be popular, which he feels reflects Denji's own straightforward motivations. When approached to write a Chainsaw Man ending, he imagined what kind of song Denji himself would create, which, according to him, was something raw and emotional. Number 54. Episode 6 features Rendezvous by Canaria, who is another notable Vocaloid producer behind popular tracks which you've probably heard a lot of VTubers cover, King and Queen. Number 55. For episode 7, the group goes on an outing. In the manga, Fushi explains that his fiend partner doesn't accompany the group because his appearance is too grotesque, but in the anime, he fails to mention that. Number 56. Also in episode 7, Kobeni gets a little design change in the anime during the party scene. The anime gives our nervous little devil hunter a little hat, and it's absolutely adorable. Number 57. The anime does us the courtesy of censoring Himeno's vomit during her kiss with Denji. In the manga, you get to see it in its full glory, uncensored and all, and it's really gross. It's pretty gross, especially with Fujimoto's art style. It just makes it look worse. Number 58. The 7th ending, Chu Tayose, was composed by Shuchi Mabe, arranged by Taku Inoue, and performed by Ano. Number 59. The repeated lyric, "Get on," near the end of the song carries a little wordplay. Gero, which is how she pronounces it in the song, is pronounced similarly to the Japanese onomatopoeia for vomiting, which is an intentional nod to the episode's infamous scene, which I literally just talk about, the vomit scene. I think it goes like, "Gero, gero, gero," yeah, something like that. Number 60. Episode 8 closes with First Death by TK from Ring Toshite Shigure. TK is best known for Unravel, which everyone probably knows as the iconic opening from Tokyo Ghoul, and Signal from 91 Days. Number 61. Towards the end of the song, in the ending sequence, posters of Goodbye Eri and Look Back, two of Fujimoto's previous one-shots, can be seen in the ending animation right behind Denji in power. Number 62. 2 additional anime original scenes appear in episode 9. One shows convicts eating during their transport to the shrine, while Makima changes clothes nearby, and the other depicts Katana Man's remaining allies panicking moments before Makima kills them. These add so much more tension to the scene, and it makes the scene even more grotesque. Number 63. The granny's death is actually portrayed differently in the anime than in the manga. The manga implies that Kobeni shot her through the chest, while the anime explicitly shows Kobeni forcing the woman to shoot herself. Kill yourself. Number 64. Additionally, the confrontation between Kobeni, Akane, and Katana Man is also extended in the anime, and adding a little bit more length to the scene. Number 65. The 9th ending, Deep Down, was sung by Aimer, who's performed major hits such as Brave Shine for Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, and Sankyo Sanka for Demon Slayer Entertainment District Arc. Number 66. Episode 10's ending theme, Dogland, was performed by People One, which is a trio known for their indie rock and pop sound. They also did Gyakko Fanfare for Ranking of Kings Treasure Chest of Courage. Number 67. Episode 11 features an anime original moment where Denji, Power, and Kobeni are seen fighting zombies as Angel Devil passes by until Aki orders them to split up and search for Katana Man and Akane. This sequence wasn't part of the manga at all. Another example of how the anime was expanded upon. Number 68. The episode also expands on Aki's fight with the shooters. He kicks the first one and the rest suddenly bleed from their noses and collapse while Makima calmly walks away from the Yakuza boss's house. Number 69. The 11th ending, Violence, comes from Queen Bee, who also sang half from Tokyo Ghoul Re and Cayenne from Dororo. Number 70. In episode 12, the scene of Aki smoking the cigarette that Himeno left him was created exclusively for the anime and actually doesn't appear in the manga either. Number 71. The 12th and final ending, Fight Song, was written and performed by Eve, also known for Kai Kai Kitan from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Dramaturgy, a major Vocaloid hit that helped propel his career. Number 72. From September 6th to November 4th, 2024, Universal Studios Japan actually hosted the Chainsaw Man / Hollywood Dream The Ride attraction based on the series as part of the Halloween Horror Nights event. Another attraction was the reverse-facing roller coaster Hollywood Dream The Ride Backdrop. Number 73. A 2-part compilation film of the series titled Chainsaw Man The Compilation Part 1 and 2 premiered on Abema, a Japanese streaming service, on September 5th, 2025. The films basically condensed the events of the first season into a streamlined theatrical style experience, basically cutting the fat. Number 74. On the same day, Abema also released a short companion series titled Chainsaw Days, which adapts the comedic omake chapters found at the end of volumes 1 through 5, giving fans animated versions of the series' lighter, behind-the-scenes moments. Number 75. Let's take it back a bit. It was announced on December 17, 2023, during Jump Festa 23, that Chainsaw Man's Bomb Devil arc would be adapted into a movie titled Chainsaw Man Reze Arc. I'm assuming they changed the title for the movie to avoid obvious spoilers for anime-only fans of the series. Number 76. 76. Several members of the staff and cast from the anime series reprised their roles for the film, such as Kensuke Ushio, who returns to compose the music for the film. However, there is one major change. Tatsuya Yoshihara, who served as action director for the first season along with directing episodes 4 through 10, served as the film's director. Ryu Nakayama, the director of the first season, was effectively replaced. Additionally, Nakayama's credits were scrubbed from the compilation films. It's almost as if his contributions were completely replaced. Number 77. Since Yoshihara would be directing the film, Sota Shigetsugu joined the production as action director. And honestly, good choice, because they made a fan animation of Reze vs. Denji years ago, and the movie kind of looks like that fan animation, but with a movie budget. It's crazy. Yo, check it out, side by side. It's honestly insane how close it is. Oh wait, you can't do side by side because we don't have the footage yet. Damn it. Number 78. Reina Ueda voices Reze in the film. She's known for roles such as Mio Saimori in My Happy Marriage, Shizuka Kuze in Takopi's Original Sin, Kanao Suyuri in Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, and Chinatsu Kano in Blue Box. I think these are all characters I like. Good job. Oh wait, that's on. Good job. Number 79. Before creating Chainsaw Man, Tatsuki Fujimoto had an early story idea called Ibuki, which features a heroine named Reze. Fujimoto has mentioned that he often developed stories about Reze in his mind before falling asleep at night. Number 80. When discussing his inspiration for the Reze arc, Fujimoto explained that he wanted to write a storyline where Denji meets and falls for someone other than Makima, and where Makima effectively breaks up with him. To avoid making this too straightforward, he mixed in additional elements to create a more unpredictable twist, which resulted in what we have in the Reze arc today. Number 81. Fujimoto also cited the animated film Jinro as a major influence on the arc. In Jinro, the protagonist witnesses a girl carrying out a suicide bombing, and the depiction of that explosion directly inspired how Reze activates her bomb devil powers. Number 82. The Reze Arc film adapts the entire Bomb Girl arc from the manga, covering chapters 39 through 52, for those of you that were curious and want to know what to read after watching the film. Number 83. Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc, officially premiered in Japan on September 19th, 2025, marking the series' first theatrical continuation and quickly becoming one of the most anticipated and successful anime releases of the year. It opened internationally in over 80 countries, starting September 24th, 2025, and premiered in the US on October 24th, 2025. Several outlets even noted that the film debuted with a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score, which narrowly edges out the other film juggernaut, the other elephant in the room, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which opened with a debut score of 98%. Now I know people are like, Rotten Tomatoes scores don't matter, whatever, but this happened and it's a fact. Number 84. Kenshi Yonezu also returns for the movie's theme song Iris Out, providing another banger of an opening to accompany the series. Number 85. Like Kickback, the opening sequence for Iris Out hides numerous references in plain sight. It begins with a shot of Makima's feet. Now, before y'all start accusing a guy, this shot is actually important because it references the foot tap scene in Pulp Fiction. Number 86. The shot of Power examining her horns is lifted directly from a colored manga page for chapter 29. Number 87. There's also a fun little detail of Pochita dancing with DDR-style arrows matching the beat of the song. Number 88. When Angel Devil lands on the rooftop, the pose mirrors a scene from Constantine, making it another Constantine reference. Number 89. A shot of Aki holding a bullet in front of a target references the cover of Volume 4 of the manga, which shows Aki standing before a similar target pattern. Number 90. During a segment where the camera pans across a tiled room with a small vented fan, two posters appear on the wall. One is the cover of 1721, Fujimoto's anthology of works created between the ages of 17 and 21. The other poster references Goodbye Eri, Fujimoto's 2022 one-shot. Number 91. There's a moment in the opening where Denji walks past a wall of TVs displayed in front of a shop. These screens play a scene that's from one of the movies that he watches with Makima during their all-day date. Number 92. The brief shuffle dance performed by Denji, Power, and Aki references the choreography from the 1964 film Bond Apart, otherwise known as Band of Outsiders. Number 93. The paper cutout sequence from the opening draws from the film Inferno, which seems to be what inspired the similar imagery in Jordan Peele's Us. Number 94. Denji riding a horse references the historical The Horse in Motion cabinet card sequence created by Edward Muybridge in 1878, which is widely regarded as the very first film in history. Number 95. Makima handing Denji a grenade pin is a nod to Leon the Professional, but also foreshadows what's to come in the Reze Arc movie. Number 96. During the first half of the Reze Arc movie, Denji and Makima go on an all-day date where Makima takes Denji to watch a whole bunch of movies. The final movie that Denji and Makima watch in theaters is known as The Ballad of the Soldier, a 1959 Soviet war romance film directed and co-written by Grigory Chukre. Number 97. There's even a small Attack on Titan reference. One background character in the audience is wearing a shirt with the Wings of Freedom logo. This fits given that Mappa also animated Attack on Titan the final season. Number 98. Switching over to Reze, several of her major scenes including the telephone booth where she first meets Denji and the walking path leading to the Crossroads Cafe have been identified by fans as real locations within Chiyoda Ward in Tokyo, just minutes away from the Suidobashi station. These spots have since become a small pilgrimage site for anime fans who visit and leave flowers to commemorate the film. Side note, when watching the movie, I recognized some of those streets mainly because it's where one of my favorite hotels is located. Shout out to Hotel Niwa Tokyo. Definitely recommend the spot. This video is not sponsored. I just really like that hotel. Number 99. The pool scene is greatly expanded on in the film. What was originally a short 4 to 6 page sequence in the manga becomes nearly 4 minutes long, matching the full length of the soundtrack piece in the pool. Intercut shots show a spider slowly webbing a butterfly, symbolizing how Reze is trapping Denji. Number 100. Hawatari Nyoku Senti by Maximum the Ryoken returns as an insert song in the film, this time as the 70% unlocked edit, which includes the second verse of the full song. Maximum the Hormone explained that the extended version of the song was never released before because the second verse explicitly references Reze. With the release of the Chainsaw Man the movie Reze Arc, the verse finally appears in the official soundtrack. Now, let's hear that 100% version. I feel like the next will be 90% and then 100% will be after part 1 is done. Number 101. After Denji defeats the Typhoon Devil, he strikes a pose with a color splash on screen. This moment pays homage to the original cover art for Volume 1 of the Chainsaw Man manga. Number 102. Fun fact about Chapter 50, which takes place during the Typhoon Devil battle. The chapter's title is Sharknado, which is a direct reference to the cult B movie. Number 103. Animator Mahmood revealed on Twitter that he served as a second key animator for the film. He also drew a celebratory illustration for the premiere, referencing Patrick Bateman's pose from American Psycho. Number 104. A fan noticed that one of Reze's shirts closely resembles a design sold at Uniqlo, which, for those who don't know, is a major Japanese clothing retailer. After they pointed it out, the shirt sold out so quickly. It's actually kind of insane when you think about it. I think I have the shirt, but an old version from like the mid-2010s. Number 105. The ending theme for the movie Jane Doe was written and composed by Kenshi Yonezu, with vocals performed by Hikaru Utada. Getting a little Kingdom Hearts in here. Number 106. It is easy to say that the film did very well in Japan. The film sold over 272,000 tickets for more than 420 million yen, which is about $2.8 million, on its opening day in Japan. Its opening weekend reached 807,000 tickets and 1.25 billion yen, which is equivalent to $8.46 million. It debuted at number 1 in the Japanese box office after Demon Slayer Infinity Castle held that number 1 spot for 9 consecutive weeks. Suffice to say, this film did well. Number 107. A special booklet titled Love Flower Chainsaw Guide was distributed as a gift by Japanese theaters for attendees watching in both regular and IMAX. This booklet features a newly drawn cover by Tatsuki Fujimoto himself, along with a 4-panel manga, a special making of commentary with rough storyboards, draft sketches, and more for the film. The name of the booklet, Love Flower Chainsaw Guide, is named after Chapter 40, which was titled Love Flower Chainsaw. This is the chapter that Reze debuted in. Oh god, and thus ends one of my favorite arcs in the manga. And with that, we're finished with 107 facts about Chainsaw Man. What are your thoughts on the series? Are you an anime-only fan, or are you suffering through part 2 of the manga just like me? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and share with your friends. Thanks for watching, and remember, Frederator loves you.